Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. Even as the Los Angeles Dodgers navigate one of the roughest stretches of the season, a quiet storm has been brewing behind the plate, and that storm has a name: Will Smith. The catcher has been putting together one of the most extraordinary seasons in recent memory, a campaign that could go down as historically significant not only for the Dodgers, but for Major League Baseball as a whole. While the team has struggled, sitting in second place in the National League West and experiencing a string of tough losses that would unsettle even the most seasoned roster, Smith has been delivering performance after performance, consistently reminding everyone why he is a three-time All-Star and a cornerstone of this Dodger squad. On Wednesday night, even in a heart-wrenching 6-5 loss to the Los Angeles Angels, Smith showed why his season is drawing quiet awe from analysts and fans alike. He went 1 for 3 at the plate, but those numbers alone barely scratched the surface of what he contributed. 2 of his 3 runs batted in came from a towering home run in the very first inning, instantly setting the tone for a game that the Dodgers fought hard to stay in, but ultimately fell short. It was the kind of moment that highlights not just his raw talent, but also his timing, his ability to perform under pressure, and his knack for making his presence felt even when the team around him is struggling. Smith's statistics tell the story in even greater detail. His batting average sits at an impressive .312, with 15 home runs and 54 RBIs, but it is his combination of on-base percentage and slugging that truly elevates his season. Leading the league with a .416 on-base percentage while posting a .524 slugging percentage, Smith is on the verge of achieving something no Dodgers catcher has accomplished this century. In the modern era, only a handful of catchers, legendary names like Jorge Posada, Joe Mauer, and Buster Posey, have ever put together a season where they hit over .300, reach base at a rate above .400, and slug over .500. It is a rarefied company, and Smith is quietly staking his claim among it. To appreciate the magnitude of what Smith is accomplishing, it helps to look back at those who have achieved similar feats. Joe Mauer, a Hall of Fame caliber backstop, managed it 3 times over a 6-season span between 2004 and 2009, including a season in which he captured the American League MVP with a career-high 7.8 WAR. Posada and Posey also carved their names into history with similar seasons, becoming benchmarks for excellence at a position that is notoriously demanding both defensively and offensively. The fact that Smith is approaching this milestone in a season where the Dodgers themselves are facing challenges makes it all the more remarkable. It underscores his consistency, his focus, and his ability to rise above circumstances that might derail a less disciplined player. Historically, Dodgers catchers have never led the National League, or even Major League Baseball, in on-base percentage since the start of the World Series era in 1903. This fact alone elevates the potential achievement of Smith to a historic level. In the past 4 years, the Dodgers have only seen 3 players top the league in on-base percentage. FREEMAN in 2022 with a .407 OBP, Shohei Ohtani last year with a .390 OBP, and now Smith pushing towards similar heights. It would mark a remarkable continuity of offensive excellence for the team, especially coming from a position like catcher, where the physical and mental demands often suppress offensive production. And then there is Smith's pursuit of the batting title, a feat that would place him alongside Dodgers greats such as Tommy Davis, who won back-to-back batting crowns in 1962 and 1963. Since the Dodgers' relocation to Los Angeles in 1958, very few players have managed to lead the league in batting average while anchoring the team's offense. Smith's potential inclusion on that list would cement his status as one of the elite hitters in Dodgers history, a rare achievement for a position traditionally celebrated more for defense than batting. Even former Dodgers shortstop Tree Turner, who led all of Major League Baseball with a .328 average in 2021, did so split between 2 teams, highlighting just how significant it is for a single-season performance to come entirely under the Dodgers banner. While Smith has been quietly rewriting the record books, Shohei Ohtani has been commanding attention in his own right, dominating both at the plate and on the mound. Despite off-field distractions and legal matters surrounding a real estate project in Hawaii, Ohtani has maintained laser focus on the game. He has played in all but 2 games this season, leading the league in plate appearances, and has made 9 starts as a pitcher, marking his first time on the mound since a season-ending elbow injury in 2023. His resilience and versatility continue to make him one of the most extraordinary talents in the sport today, a player whose mere presence can shift the dynamics of a game. At the plate, Ohtani leads all National League hitters with 43 home runs, a staggering .630 slugging percentage, and a 1.021 OPS. These numbers reflect not just raw power, but a profound understanding of timing, pitch selection, and the mechanics of hitting at the highest level. As a pitcher, Ohtani brought a 2.37 ERA into his Wednesday start against the Angels, demonstrating his ability to excel on both sides of the ball in ways that few players in history have managed. Even though he encountered a rough patch in that game, giving up 4 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings, his overall performance remains elite, underscoring his status as a perennial MVP candidate and a cornerstone of the Dodgers' ambitions. The contrast between Smith's steady ascent and Ohtani's dual-threat dominance paints a vivid picture of the Dodgers season. While the team has faced setbacks, including a rare sweep at the hands of the Angels in Anaheim, both players have continued to elevate the standard of excellence on the field. Smith's meticulous consistency and Ohtani's dynamic versatility create a dual narrative of resilience and greatness, illustrating how individual brilliance can shine even amid team adversity. The Dodgers' struggles this season have been real and, at times, stark. After a mid-season peak, where they stood 24 games over .500 and held a 9-game lead in the NL West, the team has gone just 12-21 since July 4th, highlighting the volatility and intensity of a long MLB campaign. The Padres' surge has compounded the pressure, pushing the Dodgers into second place and setting the stage for a tense stretch of divisional matchups. In moments like these, the significance of players like Smith and Ohtani becomes even more pronounced, as their performances can directly influence the team's ability to compete for a 12th division title in the past 13 seasons. As the Dodgers head into the second half of the season, the tension in the National League West has reached a level that even the most optimistic fans could not have anticipated 6 weeks ago. The Padres, surging with a mix of hot hitting and dominant pitching, have claimed the division lead, leaving Los Angeles in the unusual position of chasing instead of leading. For a franchise that has spent the last decade largely defining itself as the team to beat in the West, this shift is as dramatic as it is challenging. The pressure is not abstract. It manifests in every pitch, every swing, and every managerial decision. The Dodgers, who opened July with the kind of momentum that would have crushed lesser teams, now find themselves in a stretch where every error or missed opportunity seems magnified. Every bullpen decision becomes critical, and every individual performance carries added weight. Manager Dave Roberts has had to navigate this storm with a mix of experience and improvisation, trying to balance player health, strategic matchups, and the inevitable fatigue that comes with an MLB season. Wednesday's loss to the Angels highlighted several of the key struggles that have plagued the team since the All-Star break. After a first-inning surge that saw Will Smith's 3-run homer put the Dodgers ahead, the bullpen became a focal point of concern. Justin Wrobleski, called on in a high-leverage situation, allowed consecutive walks to start his third inning, immediately forcing the Dodgers' hand. The overuse of Edgardo Enriquez, who had pitched just the night before, illustrates how tight the margins have become. With Brock Stewart on the injured list due to right shoulder inflammation, Roberts had fewer options than usual, and every decision carried the potential for long-term ramifications in the division race. Roberts' approach to managing the bullpen during this stretch has reflected a larger philosophy. Prioritize rest and recovery for key arms while maximizing the effectiveness of the available personnel. Blake Trinan, Alexis Diaz, Ben Kasparius, and Jack Dreyer have all been rotated in ways designed to keep them fresh for critical games. Thursday's scheduled off day was not simply a break from competition, but a strategic pause intended to reset both the physical readiness and mental focus of the roster. In the grind of a 162-game season, days off can be as important as wins, offering opportunities to recalibrate, recover, and rethink strategy before facing the next series of pivotal matchups. Roberts understands that in a division race this tight, marginal gains, an extra inning of rest for a reliever, a fine-tuned lineup adjustment, can mean the difference between reclaiming first place and falling further behind. The Dodgers' offensive machinery has largely remained reliable, with players like Will Smith and Mookie Betts continuing to produce. Yet, even when the bats are firing, baseball is often decided by those fleeting, high-leverage moments that seem insignificant in isolation but compound into decisive outcomes. Base-running mistakes, late-inning defensive miscues, and untimely walks have turned what could have been a string of victories into frustrating, close defeats. The Angels' sweep of the Dodgers in Anaheim for the first time in a 6-game season series since interleague play began in 1997 serves as a stark reminder of how unforgiving the schedule can be. It also highlights a psychological component. The mental toll of being outplayed by a crosstown rival cannot be ignored. For players accustomed to winning, losing consecutive games in dramatic fashion challenges not only skill, but confidence and composure. Despite these setbacks, individual excellence continues to shine. Will Smith's quiet pursuit of historic benchmarks has provided a steady counterpoint to the team's turbulence. Every home run, every well-timed RBI, and every polished defensive play behind the plate underscores his value not just as a hitter, but as a leader and anchor for the pitching staff. Meanwhile, Shohei Ohtani's dual-threat brilliance reminds the league of the rare talent present on the Dodgers roster. Even after surrendering 4 earned runs in a midweek start, Ohtani's overall contributions remain elite, exemplifying the balance between endurance, skill, and mental toughness required to excel in both pitching and hitting. Their performances create a narrative of resilience, proof that even amid adversity, the Dodgers possess individuals capable of shifting momentum, inspiring teammates, and changing the course of a game with a single swing or pitch. Yet baseball is never solely about individual achievements. The interplay of strategy, preparation, and adaptation defines the sport at the highest level. Roberts has had to navigate not only player performance, but also the mental intricacies of leadership. He must manage personalities, maintain morale, and ensure that the team's competitive fire does not burn out under the pressure of falling behind in the division. The Dodgers' clubhouse culture, long celebrated for fostering collaboration and focus, faces one of its sternest tests. Players who have experienced sustained success must adjust to the discomfort of a chasing position, while emerging talents are called upon to contribute immediately and decisively. It is a balancing act requiring not only tactical acumen, but emotional intelligence, as the manager seeks to harmonize performance, recovery, and mindset into a coherent pursuit of the playoffs. In parallel, the Dodgers' pursuit of historical recognition remains intertwined with their immediate goals. Will Smith's potential to become the first Dodgers catcher in the modern era to post a .300/.400/.500 season is not just a personal milestone, but a symbolic achievement for a franchise striving to reclaim dominance. Similarly, Ohtani's ongoing excellence reinforces the Dodgers' identity as a team that blends veteran skill, rising stars, and transformative talent. The juxtaposition of these individual narratives with the team's broader struggles creates a compelling tension, illustrating the multifaceted nature of a baseball season. Success depends on consistency, timing, resilience, and sometimes the smallest of breaks, and the Dodgers find themselves navigating all of these simultaneously. As the NL West tightens, every game, every series, and every moment becomes more consequential. The Dodgers are no longer merely executing a strategy. They are engaged in a high-stakes chess match, with a positioning of each player, the sequencing of each reliever, and the adjustment to each pitcher can ripple across the standings. The blend of individual excellence and collective resilience will determine not only their immediate prospects, but also the long-term narrative of the season. For fans, analysts, and players alike, the drama is intensified by the knowledge that history is within reach, not just in the standings, but in record books, milestones, and legacies. Will Smith's pursuit of elite catcher performance, Ohtani's dual-threat mastery, and the managerial orchestration of Dave Roberts all converge into a single, high-pressure narrative, one that will define the Dodgers' season and perhaps leave an indelible mark on the annals of baseball. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Freddie Freeman, the veteran first baseman of the Los Angeles Dodgers, has reportedly expressed frustration over his current situation with the team, igniting speculation throughout the baseball community. According to sources close to the clubhouse, Freeman allegedly stated, "They don't value me here," a comment that has circulated widely and caused a stir among fans and analysts alike. Insiders suggest that this frustration might stem from perceived slights in contract negotiations, playing time decisions, or even the allocation of team resources that seem to favor other players. While the Dodgers have not officially commented on the situation, the murmurs around Freeman's dissatisfaction have been enough to send shockwaves through social media platforms, sports talk shows, and fan forums. The timing of this disclosure is particularly sensitive, as the Dodgers are in a critical phase of their season, with playoff implications looming large. Observers are speculating that Freeman's public sentiment could influence the team's dynamics, possibly affecting morale in the locker room. Some pundits are already debating whether this tension might lead to a mid-season trade, while others suggest that the comments are more of an emotional venting rather than an actionable threat. Regardless, the rumor mill around Freeman's discontent has intensified, making headlines beyond the usual sports coverage. The Dodgers organization has reportedly entered a state of heightened awareness following the spread of Freddie Freeman's alleged remarks, with internal sources hinting at mounting concern within the front office. According to insiders, team executives are not only monitoring media reactions, but also scrutinizing the impact on clubhouse chemistry, as the presence of a discontented star can ripple through team performance. Analysts speculate that Freeman's grievances may be tied to contract negotiations that did not meet his expectations or to a sense of undervaluation compared to younger or recently acquired teammates who have been receiving considerable attention and accolades. Fans and sports commentators are already dissecting past games for evidence of perceived favoritism or sidelining, creating a narrative that Freeman's talent and leadership may be underappreciated. The speculation is fueled further by the timing of these comments, coinciding with critical matchups where team cohesion and mental focus are paramount. Rumors suggest that some players may feel compelled to either defend Freeman or distance themselves to avoid being embroiled in the controversy. While no official trade discussions have been confirmed, the market buzz hints that other franchises might quietly gauge the Dodgers' willingness to negotiate, turning what might have been a minor internal conflict into a potential headline-grabbing roster shakeup. Sources close to the Dodgers' coaching staff suggest that Freddie Freeman's rumored frustrations have not gone unnoticed, with whispers circulating that the team may be considering subtle adjustments to address morale and performance concerns. Inside accounts speculate that coaching meetings have increasingly included conversations about managing star player satisfaction and balancing playing opportunities, signaling that the organization is aware of the potential destabilizing effects of public grievances. Analysts have pointed out that Freeman, known for his calm demeanor and professionalism, expressing such sentiments publicly is highly unusual, adding credibility to the notion that the underlying issues are significant. Rumors indicate that the tension could stem from multiple sources, including disagreements over strategic positioning, perceived lack of acknowledgement in team promotions, or even interpersonal friction with emerging talent vying for prominence. Speculation runs rampant that the Dodgers management might attempt to smooth over matters with either subtle concessions, public praise, or, in a more dramatic scenario, exploring trade options to prevent prolonged discord. The sports media ecosystem has eagerly embraced these possibilities, with rumor-driven narratives proliferating across broadcasts, podcasts, and social media, further amplifying the perception of internal unrest. Fans are divided between calling for loyalty to Freeman and questioning whether the team's reported internal tension might impact its postseason ambitions. Freddie Freeman's purported dissatisfaction with the Los Angeles Dodgers has ignited a wave of conjecture among industry insiders, who suggest that the situation may be influencing broader team dynamics beyond the first baseman's individual performance. According to circulating rumors, locker room sentiment could be subtly shifting, with teammates either expressing quiet support for Freeman or exhibiting caution in their interactions to avoid perceived alignment with controversy. Analysts have speculated that such an atmosphere might affect everything from batting lineups to in-game strategies, as coaches attempt to manage both morale and competitive output simultaneously. Further fueling speculation, sports journalists report that Freeman has been seen engaging in extended discussions with management and agents, though the content of these conversations remains private, prompting observers to wonder whether the talks hint at renegotiation, a mid-season trade, or other behind-the-scenes adjustments. Rumors even suggest that rival teams may be discreetly monitoring the situation, preparing to make offers should a trade opportunity materialize, thereby intensifying the speculative atmosphere surrounding the Dodgers' clubhouse dynamics. The speculation surrounding Freddie Freeman's purported remarks about feeling undervalued in Los Angeles has not only captivated fans, but also attracted the attention of national sports analysts, who are weighing the potential ramifications on the Dodgers' current and future campaigns. Rumors indicate that management may be evaluating options ranging from reaffirming Freeman's role publicly to exploring more strategic maneuvers, such as negotiating a trade that could recalibrate the team's composition while preserving on-field competitiveness. Meanwhile, insider chatter suggests that Freeman's peers might respond in varied ways, from vocal support to careful neutrality, potentially influencing team cohesion and collective performance. Observers point to the delicate timing of the rumors, coinciding with high-stakes games and looming postseason prospects, as a factor that could exacerbate or mitigate the impact of Freeman's expressed frustrations. Speculation continues about whether this episode reflects a singular moment of emotional expression or signals deeper, systemic issues regarding player valuation, management communication, or organizational culture within the Dodgers. Across fan forums, podcasts, and sports media channels, the narrative of a star player feeling underappreciated has taken on a life of its own, prompting widespread discussion, debate, and conjecture about how the franchise might navigate a potentially pivotal turning point in its storied history. The situation remains fluid, with every new rumor adding fuel to a fire that shows no sign of cooling. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.